Because you're watching this video, I am going to assume that you're either considering selling through Instagram or are already there and selling through Instagram, but are not getting the results that you're after. Either way, this is a great place for you to learn the fundamentals and the tactics you need to know in order to properly execute and maximize your sales. Instagram is a huge platform hosting over 1 billion active users, which creates an enormous marketplace for anybody selling consumer products. Now, this platform allows you to do such amazing targeting, so you could dial in your audience just right, so you're promoting only to the people who have the highest probability of actually buying whatever it is that you're selling. It's really, really powerful because of the magnitude, the number of users that it has, and the targeting, and because people actually like to buy through Instagram. According to recent research by Facebook, 81% of all users of Instagram check out brands and products through Instagram, and many of them make purchases with the highest average order value of all social media platforms, currently standing as of 2020 at approximately $65 average ticket. Now, $65 can be a lot or very little considering what it is that you're selling, but that average order value should not be the focus of your Instagram strategy. Your Instagram strategy should really be focused on the core fundamental principle, and that is you are not getting a customer to make a sale. You're making a sale to get a customer. You do not want one-time buyers. You want to build up your customer base, which because of the sheer number of users on Instagram, you could do very fast and very effectively through the platform. So again, the first key fundamental for you to focus on is that you are building your customer base, you're not just making sales. This should be the focus. And speaking of the focus, the right way to start planning your Instagram strategy is to set the right objectives. Many e-commerce marketing executives make the mistake of focusing on making a sale through the campaign or running up to a certain number. Your focus should be, once again, increasing your customer base. To really understand the difference, you have to focus on one-time buyer versus lifetime value of a customer who makes multiple purchases. Once you really focus on LTV, lifetime value of a customer, your mindset shifts to customer acquisition rather than making sales. And again, what makes Instagram so great is that there are a lot of customers. That's why we love Instagram so much. A lot of customers for consumer products. So once you focus on LTV, the next thing you have to think about, what is it that we're willing to invest into customer acquisition, or CAC, customer acquisition cost, CAC. You have to focus on these two numbers, lifetime value versus customer acquisition cost. And the third metric that you really have to focus on when you're mapping out your strategy for Instagram is what is going to be our average order value and how do we bump this up? Why think about how do we bump this up from the other obvious reasons? Well, because there are three ways for e-commerce shop to make money, or e-commerce brand. Way number one is to get more customers. Way number two is to maximize average order value, and way number three is to maximize lifetime value of the customer by increasing the number of times that they actually buy from you. This could be something that you have to think about strategically if you haven't thought about it before, outside of Instagram alone, and think about it in terms of your business. What is the continuity? What products can we sell to our customers after they buy the first one in order to maximize their lifetime value? Again, this is a very, very strategic test that you absolutely must perform unless you have already performed it and mapped out that continuity plan. How do we maximize lifetime value of each customer? So you have to start with these right objectives, and with those objectives, you have to allocate a proper budget to that customer acquisition. If you don't, you will make some sales, but you will not reach your big sales objectives. So you always have to budget the right amount based on the targeted customer acquisition cost, based on average order value, and based on lifetime value. So you cannot under budget. If you keep in mind all three of those parameters, right, then you will not under budget and you will start building up your customer base. Obviously, an advanced tip here is Aside from building out your Instagram strategy, you also have to build out a follow-up strategy with that customer. How do we make more sales after we make the first one? If you do not do this, your efforts on Instagram are going to have a much smaller payoff than if you do this. If you execute this whole follow-up strategy and build out continuity, number of products that you could offer to your one-time customer, your business will really catapult if you do that instead of focusing on just one-time customers. The next fundamental is, how do we create effective advertising? Well, effective advertising is something obviously that's very appealing to the consumer, that makes them pause on whatever it is that they're looking at and tap on it to like and follow the link in the bio, so they're actually going to check out the product, right? Absolutely mandatory. Your images have to be first rate. I mean, they have to be amazing. And your copy, that short copy that you will put into Instagram, should be amazing too. It must really make people want to buy this product. How do you determine which copy and which images are going to do well? Well, we suggest that you create just posts on Instagram and see what type of engagement you can get with different posts. Whichever posts, talking about your products, get the most engagement, those are the posts that you can repurpose and create ads out of them. This will save you time and anguish. It will save you time because you do not need to create unique content for the ads, and anguish because you will be getting the results that you want because you have tested those ads before they actually became ads. Next, somewhat advanced tip on how to maximize your sales is your customers, what's called user-generated content, will always outsell your ad copy. Here's what I mean by that. If you ask your customers to create short videos of them using your products or unpackaging your products and using them and giving you great reviews on those short videos, that type of ad copy is going to outsell your regular ad copy by a huge margin. So always, always, always ask your customers to please, please, please create those videos and send them to you. Give them additional coupons. Do a giveaway of something for every video that you create, because that investment is going to come back with a huge return on investment. Now, the last type of ad that we highly recommend is leveraging influencers to promote your products. You will get an amazing bang for your buck. Typically, the actual ads will cost you more in customer acquisition cost than ads that will be created by your influencers and promoted to their follower base. So always look at influencers who are promoting to your customer base and reach out to them, DM them, and ask them, would you please promote this product? If I sent you a free product and paid you to promote it, if you like the product, obviously they have to like the product, right? Would you? And if they say yes, you can almost rest assured that those influencers that know how to execute well are going to generate an amazing ROI. Now, once you start running regular ads, user-generated content ads, and influencer ads, you have to convert the traffic that's clicking on your ads. How do you do that? There are a couple of advanced techniques that many e-commerce brands are either not aware of or do not do. And it's such a shame because they're really missing out on a ton of sales. Here's what I'm talking about. Number one, make sure that you offer chat to your visitors. So if you are driving people from the Instagram ad to your e-commerce page, that product page, make sure that there is a chat that pops up and offers them help. It could be a huge game changer because many people will ask questions about your return policy, or will ask questions about the product, or will ask a myriad of other questions that will first help you convert more, and second, help you create better product descriptions, because you should be answering every question in the product description, thus helping the consumers actually buy easier with less friction. By the way, if you're not creating video product demos, it's a shame, because you should be creating video product demos, because video product demos also sell at a much higher margin, or much higher rate rather, than just regular picture product, just product pictures. Also, in order to maximize sales, you have to run retargeting ads. Many people will look at the product, love the product, add it to the shopping cart, and then not check it out. I think the latest stats are about 75-77% of all consumers who add the product to the shopping cart never check it out. The way to fix that is by running retargeting ads. Make sure that you do run retargeting ads on Instagram, the native platform to these users, and Facebook, which also happens to be native platform for most people who are on the Instagram. So by running those retargeting ads, you're going to significantly increase the probability of them converting. Is there an additional associated cost with running those retargeting ads? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Yes, because you're not thinking about that marginal additional cost of customer acquisition. You're thinking about growing your customer base and maximizing your lifetime value of each customer. Finally, to be a true strategist when it comes to Instagram sales or sales in general, you have to think about two things: maximizing average order value, AOV, and maximizing LTV, lifetime value. How do you maximize average order value? By add-ons or by cross-selling and upselling. Can you offer them a discount for increased quantity? Instead of buying one item, would you give them a discount for buying 2 of these items, or 3 of these items, or 4 or 5 of these items? And is there a complementary item that they should also be buying? And there are 2 ways that you can execute on that. One way is you can be very Amazon-esque, like Amazon, by showing them that customers who bought this item would frequently also buy these 2 items in addition to this. So create a bundle. The other way is you could make them a second offer right on checkout. So once they click checkout, show them another complementary item and say that you could buy this item right now at a discount. They're already in the buying mode. Once they see another offer, they're much more likely to convert on that than if you send them that offer later. Speaking of later, obviously you do want to maximize their lifetime value, so you have to be prepared to build a community. You want them to follow your brand on Instagram and Facebook and whatever other social media that they're using and you're promoting through and creating content for, and build a community by creating organic content and also promotional content, and market to them by running more ads and by emailing them. Do not neglect email. Email is a huge channel. Now you may be thinking, what does any of this have to do with Instagram? Well, to maximize your return on investment on Instagram, you have to do all of these things, not 1 or 2 of these things, but all of these things to maximize your sales, maximize your profitability, and build a formidable brand on e-commerce, in the e-commerce space. Thanks for watching. Down below, there are a lot more tactical advice that you absolutely must heed in order to execute on this correctly. If any of this is overwhelming, or you simply recognize that your team cannot handle all of this, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help with advice or with the actual doing.